This might be the most real video I have ever made. Today's video is going to be about a topic that's honestly very hard for me to admit in front of the entire internet. But after having some time to think about it, I've decided that it is time to let you know exactly what has been going on with me recently. Before you start this video, in case you haven't watched any of my other videos, I'm Nicole and I create videos in order to help you become the most iconic version of yourself. And that means feeling alive and empowered to go after the things that you feel called to do. Please subscribe and like this video if you want to see more videos from me and to help us build this iconic community that supports each other in our life's journey. Without going into too much detail about what happened because that ship has sailed, I recently got fired for the first time in my life. And before you attack me and say, Nicole, this has happened to me, you, and everybody's neighbor, whether or not you've been fired from a job or have experienced being fired from a job before, I'm here to spread light on why leaving your job is probably the best thing that's ever happened to you. The first thing to realize after you got fired from a job is that your employer honestly did you a favor. Now, it may not seem that way right away, but think about it. You probably wanted out way before your employer even fired you, or else this wouldn't have happened in the first place. It's easy to focus on the fact that you got fired and then wallow in the rejection, pain, discomfort, and confusion right away. Well, I'm here to tell you, snap out of it. Think about whether or not you were even happy in this role in the first place. The easiest way to test this is to think about whether or not this job was giving you energy or was it just draining all the energy out of you all the time. If a job is continuously draining energy from you, you're always wondering why you're there every single day, you're not interested or excited about what you do in any shape or form, you're probably not giving any value or getting any value in return, and this means you're just wasting your employer's time and, most importantly, your time. So ask yourself this question. Did you really lose something of value, or did your old employer do you a favor by making that hard decision that you didn't have the guts to make, even though you wanted to jump ship for a long time? Even if you got fired from the only job that you've ever had, I promise you, you will be hired again. The most important factor about getting hired for any job is actually how well you fit into the overall culture, environment, and team of any organization. You would be surprised how little it has to do with whether or not you check off all the boxes on the job description. And the only way to find this out is to literally go through the entire hiring process. I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much of the hiring process is actually out of your control. You have no idea how many jobs are actually a great fit for you until you go and feel out how well you get along with the people at that specific company. You will literally have no idea how many great jobs are waiting for you and that you would be a great fit for, based solely on the fact that you would get along really well with the people who already work there. Let me tell you that I have gotten hired for jobs where I had almost zero qualifications met. I got hired solely on the fact that I really got along with the manager and the rest of the team. We had similar values and they really enjoyed how I told them about my previous experiences and about myself. At the same time, I've gotten rejected from so many jobs that I thought I checked off all the boxes for when I saw the job description. This means that you have to let go of control. Let life take its course and surrender to the process. And lastly, it is so important to remember that this is all part of your life's plan. Even though it's not fitting on your timeline right now, it's going to make sense in retrospect. How many times have you felt this mysterious force literally guide your life, and then in retrospect, you realize that it wasn't that big of a deal? It was exactly what needed to happen in order to redirect you towards your dreams. Sometimes we make choices in life that actually brings us away from our desires, goals, and dreams. This is when life jumps in, messes things up a little bit, You're confused, I'm confused, we're all confused. You're gonna thank the heavens for watching over you and taking this opportunity or job away from you so that you could do more things that make you feel alive, bring you joy, and ultimately give you a more fulfilling and happy life. There is a mysterious force in life that some call God and some call the universe. Whatever you call it, it is a force of nature that is always going to support you and always going to love you. You know that this is true deep down in your heart, and there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. It honestly still sucks that I got fired and I'm still going through the motions, and that's completely normal. But I'm going to use this as an opportunity to create more space for something that makes me feel more aligned with my purpose and brings me closer to my dreams instead of farther away from it. I am in no way telling you that your last employer was the worst employer on earth, nor am I saying that their company is not a good place to work in. Everybody has their place on earth, and just because this wasn't a right fit for you or me, it doesn't mean that it's not a great fit for someone else. You leaving this role is actually creating more space for someone else to step in so that they can ultimately flourish and feel alive in a role that makes sense for them. So that's all I have for today. I hope this video was helpful for you, whether or not you recently got fired or you've been fired in the past. Before I leave you, don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that I can keep creating more good stuff for you, and to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, like I said, link down below and right here. Despite this experience, remember that everything is honestly going to be okay. I know that right now it's probably still fresh and new and it feels really weird and you don't want to experience it. It's uncomfortable. Trust me, you're gonna look back and be grateful that they fired you in the first place. So until next time, stay iconic.